Okay, so what really makes the difference, between people who hit their big goals and those who maybe don't quite get there?
Yeah, that's the fundamental question, isn't it?
We often put it down to things like, I don't know, talent or luck or just pure grind.
Right. Raw hard work.
But what if there's something else? Something, well, deeper, a kind of mental operating system, maybe.
Exactly. And that's what our deep dive is all about today. Mindset and belief. That internal architecture you mentioned.
Okay.
We're going to explore how building really specific, powerful beliefs can just radically unlock potential.
How are we going to do that?
Well, we'll look at a strategic framework called the mindset of belief, and then we'll get into the science, the research behind the growth mindset.
Got it. So the mission here is to kind of unpack how these two big ideas connect.
Precisely.
Showing you not just what to believe maybe, but the actual how-to based on science for, building the future you really want.
Let's dive in.
All right. So let's start with this mindset of belief. You called it a strategic framework.
Yeah, think of it less like positive thinking and more like a structured approach, a path, really.
Built on 5 pillars, I understand.
That's right, 5 distinct pillars.
Okay, what's the first one?
The foundation really is self-belief.
Self-belief.
And this isn't just, feeling good about yourself. It runs deeper.
How so?
It's about truly trusting your intuition, knowing your strengths, and fundamentally believing you can learn and adapt no matter what comes your way.
So it's like an inner compass, guiding you even when things are uncertain.
Exactly. It's that quiet, confident fuel. It's not arrogance. It's a deep sense of self-worth, inner strength. It makes you resilient.
Okay, that makes sense. A strong foundation. What comes next?
Well, once you have that inner belief, it naturally flows outward. The second pillar is belief in others.
Right. Because nobody really makes it alone, do they?
Pretty much a myth, yeah. But here's the really interesting part.
Go on.
Your belief in someone else can actually be the thing that unlocks their potential.
Wow, really? Before they even see it themselves?
Sometimes, yeah. It creates this psychological safety, lets them take bigger risks, try new things.
So it multiplies your own impact, too, by building trust, collaboration, community.
It fosters that whole network.
That's powerful. Believing in others is also about our mindset then.
It really is.
Okay, so we believe in ourselves, we believe in others. What's pillar 3?
Pillar 3 is belief in the process.
The process. Okay, the journey itself.
Right. Because let's face it, progress is almost never a straight line, is it?
Definitely not. Lots of ups and downs.
So this pillar is about understanding that setbacks, they're not failures, they're actually part of the deal. Integral, often instructive even.
Learning from the bumps in the road.
Exactly. It's about patience, perseverance, turning the whole thing into a kind of disciplined practice.
Consistency. Like celebrating the small wins along the way.
Yes. Trusting that consistent effort. Even the small stuff adds up. It compounds.
Right. Embracing the struggle, knowing it leads somewhere. Okay, that makes sense. What's 4?
Number 4 is where it all gets real. Belief in action.
Action. Okay. Can't just believe. Got to do it.
Precisely. Belief is, it's useless without execution, right? In earth.
So this is the doing, the creating.
Taking those decisive steps,
Yeah.
every single action, no matter how small you think it is, it's like casting a vote for the future you're trying to build.
Oh, I like that. Vote for the future.
It turns that intention into something tangible, builds momentum. It's about proactivity, discipline, making it happen.
Got it. Action is key. So what's the final pillar? The 5th one.
This one, I think it ties everything together. It's the belief that what you put out into the world will come back to you.
Okay. Like karma or cause and effect.
Sort of, yeah. Think of a ripple in a pond or a boomerang.
Like it comes back.
Right. Every honest effort, every act of kindness, every selfless choice, it creates this positive ripple. The idea is that the universe kind of acts like a mirror. It reflects back the value, the energy you put out there.
Often in ways you don't expect, maybe.
Often. It speaks to reciprocity, universal law, positive outcomes eventually returning.
Okay, that's a really comprehensive framework. Self, others, process, action, and return.
It gives you the what to believe in, but
how do we actually build that belief, especially when it feels hard? That's where the science comes in.
Exactly. Let's shift gears and look at the science behind this. Eduardo Briseno's work from his TEDx talk is a great starting point.
Okay, what did he find?
He argues that things we admire, like hard work, focus, persistence, they aren't the root cause. They're actually byproducts.
Byproducts of what?
of something more fundamental,
Yeah.
a particular kind of mindset.
Interesting. Does he give examples?
He does. A really compelling one is Josh Waitzkin.
Oh, the chess prodigy
Eh.
from Searching for Bobby Fischer.
That's him! Achieved incredible success in chess. But then, get this, at 21, he deliberately steps away, decides to master something completely different. Martial arts.
Wow. From chess to martial arts. That's a leap.
A huge leap. He dives into Tai Chi Chuan, lots of hard work, setbacks, and eventually wins 2 world championships.
2 world championships. Incredible. And he's doing jiu-jitsu now too, right?
He is. Still pushing, still learning.
That's an amazing story. But I heard him say something really surprising about his chess career. Something about losing.
Ah, yes. That's maybe the most profound insight. He says the best thing that ever happened to him
Was losing his first national championship. How could that be?
It sounds crazy, right? But he said it saved him from a psychological trap,
Which was?
believing he was just naturally gifted. A
Yeah.
prodigy with fixed talent who didn't really need to try that hard.
Ah, I see. The fixed intelligence idea.
Exactly. He quoted something like, "The moment we believe success is determined by an ingrained level of ability, we will be brittle in the face of adversity."
Riddle. Wow. So losing forced him to realize growth comes from struggle.
Precisely. It made him embrace the effort, even the failure, as part of learning.
Which connects directly to the research you mentioned earlier.
Perfectly. This leads us right into the work of Stanford professor Carol Dweck.
Carol Dweck, okay. The growth mindset pioneer.
Right. She identified these 2 fundamental mindsets. First, the fixed mindset.
That's the belief that your intelligence, your abilities, they're just set in stone. What you have is what you get.
Exactly. The belief Waitzkin luckily avoided
And the other one?
is the growth mindset.
Hmm.
This mirrors Waitzkin's view. It's the belief that your qualities, your abilities, they can be developed, cultivated through effort, dedication.
You can actually get smarter or more skilled.
Yes. And the crucial thing Dweck found is that these mindsets lead to vastly different behaviors and results.
Okay, tell me about that, the results part.
Well, she and Lisa Blackwell did this study with hundreds of 7th graders, tracked them for 2 years. The students with a growth mindset, the ones who believed they could grow their intelligence, their grades, actually increased significantly over those 2 years.
Wow. And the fixed mindset kids.
Their grades didn't improve. In fact, the gap between the 2 groups widened over time.
That's significant. And it's not just about school smarts, right?
Not at all. It applies to pretty much any ability you can think of. Problem solving, playing sports, managing people, even, as they say, dancing La Macarena.
Huh. Okay, so it applies everywhere. You know, it makes me think about how often we label ourselves.
So.
Like, oh, I'm just not a math person, or I could never be creative. We put ourselves in these boxes.
We do. We think our current abilities are the ceiling.
But the science says that's not true.
Not at all. Neuroscience actually shows the brain is incredibly malleable, plastic. We can literally change our ability to think and perform.
So it's not fixed from birth.
Definitely not. Think about people like Charles Darwin or Lucille Ball, even Marcel Proust. Experts initially dismissed them, said they lacked talent.
Really? Darwin. Lucy.
Yep. But they didn't accept that. They systematically built their abilities over time. They evolved.
That's incredibly empowering. So how does this show up, like, physiologically? You mentioned brain scans.
Yeah, this is fascinating. Brain scans show that people with a fixed mindset, their brains light up most when they get information about how they did, like a grade or score.
They're worried about being judged.
That seems to be the primary concern. But people with a growth mindset, their brains are most active when they get information about what they could do better next time.
Focused on learning, not just the outcome.
Exactly. Focused on improvement.
And this difference plays out in other ways, too, like how they view effort.
Big time. The fixed mindset often sees effort as a bad sign. Like, if I have to try this hard, I must not be smart.
Right. Effort means you lack natural ability.
Whereas the growth mindset sees effort as the key ingredient. It's what makes you smarter, what enables growth.
And setbacks. Failure.
For the fixed mindset, a setback often means I'm incapable. So they might lose interest, withdraw, protect their ego.
But the growth mindset.
Sees setbacks as normal, part of growing. A signal to find another way around, like Josh Waitzkin learning from his loss.
It really changes how you approach challenges.
Fundamentally.
You know, there was another Dweck study with Claudia Mueller about praising kids. That one really stuck with me.
Ah, yes, the praise study. Really powerful findings there.
They gave kids puzzles, right, and then praised them differently.
That's it. Some were told, essentially, wow, you must be smart. That's fixed mindset praise. focused on trait.
Okay. And the others?
They were told, wow, you must have tried really hard. Growth mindset praise, focused on the process, the effort.
And the results were pretty dramatic.
Astonishingly so. First off, the smart kids, when given a choice for the next puzzle, picked easier ones. They didn't want to risk looking not smart.
While the tried hard kids.
They chose the challenging puzzles. They wanted to learn.
Wow. Okay, what else?
Then, after they all attempted a difficult puzzle, one designed to be tough, they went back to the original easy puzzles. The smart kids actually did worse than they did initially. Their confidence was shaken. The tried hard kids did better.
They improved. Failure spurred them on.
It did. And maybe the most concerning finding.
The lying.
Yeah. The kids praised for being smart were over 3 times more likely to lie about their scores afterwards to cope with the failure.
Just from one little sentence of praise. That's incredible. It's exactly what Weiskin warned about, isn't it?
If we win because we are winners, then when we lose, it must make us losers. Process-related feedback is key.
So the big question then is, can we change our mindset? If we recognize we have a fixed one.
Absolutely. That's the most hopeful part. Dweck and Blackwell did another study, a workshop with 7th graders.
What did they teach them?
They specifically taught them about the growth mindset, how the brain works, how it grows with effort.
And it worked.
It did. Those kids became more interested in learning, they worked harder, and their grades improved significantly compared to a control group.
That's fantastic news. It's not just about identifying it. You can actively cultivate it.
You can. And what's really remarkable is how broad the impact is.
Like narrowing achievement gaps.
Yes. It helps all students, but it particularly helps students facing negative stereotypes. Minority students, girls in math and science. It helps level the playing field.
And it's not just for kids, right? Adults too.
Definitely. Managers with growth mindsets give better feedback, they mentor more. Employees with growth mindsets show significant improvement in specific skills like negotiation.
Wow. Even complex social issues. I think I read something about that.
You probably did. A study involving Israelis and Palestinians, just exposing them to the idea that groups can change, that conflict isn't fixed.
It improved attitudes, willingness to compromise.
Significantly. It changed their perspective on what was possible.
Which really makes you wonder if this is so critical for success in, well, pretty much everything.
Right. Why aren't we making it a priority? In schools, in workplaces, teaching this alongside facts and figures, it seems fundamental.
It really does. Okay, so let's try and tie this all together for everyone listening. We've got the mindset of belief, framework, the 5 pillars.
Self, others, process, action, return. The what?
And then we've got the growth mindset. Research the science behind why belief works and how abilities develop.
The how and the why.
So when you put them together, it's like the growth mindset is the engine that powers the belief framework.
That's a great way to put it. A growth mindset fuels your self-belief. That belief gives you the resilience to trust the process, take action.
And seeing the results of that action reinforces your belief that you can grow. It's a cycle.
A virtuous cycle, exactly. Yeah. The framework gives you the target, the mindset gives you the means and the confidence to pursue it.
Okay. So for someone listening right now, wanting to put this into practice, what are some concrete steps? How do you actually instill a growth mindset?
Great question. Let's break it down into maybe 3 actionable steps.
Okay.
First, really recognize and internalize the scientific support. Remind yourself and others, if you're leading or teaching, that the brain is malleable. Neuroscience proves it. Effort makes you more capable.
Okay, believe the science. Got it.
Second, learn and teach about how abilities are developed. Understand things like deliberate practice, what effective effort looks like. The more you understand the how, the stronger your conviction becomes that you're in charge of your own capabilities.
Know how to get better, not just that you can get better. Makes sense.
And third, this one is ongoing, maybe the most crucial day-to-day practice. Listen for your fixed mindset voice and consciously talk back with a growth mindset voice.
Catch yourself thinking, I can't do this.
Exactly. And when you hear that voice, immediately challenge it, reframe it. The classic example is adding one simple word, I can't do it yet.
That's powerful. Shifts the whole perspective.
It really does. It opens the door to possibility and learning.
Wow. Okay, so recognize the science, learn how development happens, and talk back to that fixed voice with, yeah.
Those are 3 solid starting points.
This has been such an illuminating deep dive, combining that clear belief framework with the science of the growth mindset. It really shows how belief isn't just, wishful thinking.
Not at all. It's a strategic tool. A practical blueprint.
A way to actively build the future you want to see.
Absolutely.
So, maybe a final thought for our listeners to take away, something to chew on.
Okay, how about this? Thinking about everything we've discussed today, the pillars of belief, the growth mindset, what one small belief could you choose to cultivate this week?
Huh.
Or what one tiny shift in your mindset, maybe just adding that word yet, could you practice? Something that might just start a ripple effect towards building that future you envision.
What one small shift? That's a really powerful question to sit with.
Just something to consider.
Definitely. We really encourage you to explore these ideas, apply them. Remember, that journey, it starts not just with the first step, but maybe, just maybe, with the first belief.